Have you recently had a lot more time to play video games lately? Does it look like you're going to be spending a lot of time indoors, working from home, social distancing, and just locked inside playing as much WoW as possible? Well, if so, you're going to need to know what to do with all of that time. I'm sure you all know that there's a lot of things that you can do in WoW Classic, but when you're presented with this much free time to spend in-game, it can be kind of daunting and it feels almost as if there's nothing that you can be doing. So in this video, we're going to go over my top 10 suggestions for things to do with this extra time. Just because I'm used to doing it this way, I'm going to reference these things as tips, but they're not necessarily tips, they're just suggestions and ideas of things to do with your free time. My name is Sarthe, and let's get right into it. Number 1 is probably going to be the most obvious thing on this list, and that is going to be to farm gold. Most of the people that play this game are really busy and they don't have the opportunity to be spending so much time farming gold, so you're kind of living week by week, buying your raid consumes, and you're kind of at that level of under 500 gold. But maybe even if you're rich or wealthy in the game, now is a good time to farm even more gold. The biggest thing to mention here though, that is probably not the most obvious, is that you're not going to want to farm gold out in the world. In the open world of World of Warcraft, you're about to see a massive influx of players, and it's already kind of too hectic to go out into any of the normal farming spots. If you're trying to herb or mine, everything is completely overrun. The entire zones are just people non-stop farming. So what you want to do is try to find one of those more unique farms or a unique way to make gold. This can range from making investments on the auction house or going into dungeons and farming gold there. Anything from like massive Maraudon pulls that can be done in one pull, or you could also be selling boosting runs. Some people are selling dungeon runs like the lower level dungeons for 3G a pop, and some of the mages that are doing one pull clears are selling them for around 10 gold a pop. I do have a friend in guild who literally made over 1500 gold in the last day, specifically running Scarlet Monastery Cath and doing the one pull clears. So this is a great way to be making money. You don't need to be a mage, you can be any class and run any dungeon. It's just if you are a mage or a different class, it is easier to do some of the farms. Stealth classes can go into dungeons and farm herbs and mining. A lot of classes can do DM tribute or jump runs. A lot of things like that. You just don't want to be farming in the open world, but this is a great time to stock up on gold. The number 2 on this list is going to be leveling an alt. You may already have another level 60 alt, but now that you have so much time on your hands, this is a perfect time to level another alt. This is a time to try a class you've always wanted to try, or to switch up your roles. If you're usually going DPS, maybe try a healer or try tanking. You're not really going to want to level as tanking. Also, there's a lot of people selling these runs like I mentioned before, so leveling is super easy. I personally, when I'm leveling up a new character, I like to try all of the quests. So I'm leveling up my first Alliance alt of Classic, and I'm not going to be buying runs, I just want to actually experience the Alliance leveling zones. ZG is about to come out, and it has some of the best catch-up gear in the game. It's on a 3-day lockout and it's only a 20-man run, so there's going to be so many pugs running out there, and you're going to be able to easily get all of your ZG gear and then get into Molten Core and get your raid gear on this alt pretty quickly. So the new pre-raid bis or raid bis, whatever, it's going to be pretty easy to get this alt pretty decked out. If you're leveling alts, you don't even need to level them up to level 60. Now is a really good time to level some summoning alts or profession alts, so getting a warlock to level 20, or even just any character to level 35 so that you can use their cooldowns, like making Arcanite bars, or Mooncloth is going to go up in price. Leather cooldowns are going to go up in price in the next few phases as well, so it's a good idea to level your profession alts now that you have the time. Coming in at number 3 on this list is getting items you wish you had. Basically, this is going after the pieces of gear that are semi-necessary but are more annoying to get. A lot of people have given up on farming certain pieces of gear, like warriors going after Savage Gladiator Chain after hundreds of runs, but now it's a good time to refresh, get back in it, and hopefully your RNG is better. Also, you can go after things like your tier 0 set, the dungeon set, because the tier 0.5 is going to come out and some of those pieces are actually really good. They're not necessarily better than the Molten Core gear, some of them are on par, but some of them also have really nice effects. Like the Rogue boots increase your effective stealth level. So those are a great piece of gear for PvP no matter where you are. You can use those literally forever. Outside of that, a lot of people don't have certain items that are just really useful. I know a lot of people in my guild still don't have a nifty stopwatch or Skull of Impending Doom. Even if you don't PvP, you can use those in Molten Core to get from Major Domo to Rag and cut off like 2 minutes almost. So use your downtime to get all of the items that you wish you had. Number 4 on this list of things to do with all of your downtime now is to PvP. It's finally a good time to PvP, I think, because Arathi Basin has come out. It caters a lot more to the casual PvPer. It's a lot more fun to actually get into battles and hone your PvP skills. It is important to mention that Battleground weekends are actually finally starting. So I'll put up a schedule here on the screen and you can check it out to see which battlegrounds you should be doing during these weekends. I would expect massive amounts of pre-mades that weekend, but also a lot of people solo queuing as well. This is also a great time to just get out there and practice 1v1s. Maybe set up a dueling tournament on your server. A lot of people have been doing that sometimes on my server, and I've had to miss out on them because I've been raid logged, but I also have other alts that I love to learn to PvP more on. Also, most classes have some of their best gear being rank 10. You can basically level up just to rank 10, which isn't actually that hard. It's not like you're gonna be spending your entire life PvPing. It will take a while, but it's a lot easier than going after one of the higher ranks. That's just kind of ridiculous. And honor caps have been dropping on every server, at least every major server. So the amount of honor you need to rank up is a lot less than you needed maybe a month or 2 months ago when the first wave of people were really going aggressively. People are still going really hard leveling up in PvP, but it's not as insane, so just be aware of that. This next one is going to be a little bit controversial, so I do understand that, but number 5 on this list is going to be to make a Twink. If you like this game and you like PvP, but you're hating how the pre-made meta is happening in all BGs at level 60, playing a Twink could be the answer for that. I would say that most popular Twink brackets, 19, 29, I haven't really checked out 39, but most of those are run by significantly Twink characters. So if you get into a battleground, you're probably going to be going up against other Twinks, but it's a lot less try-hard and a lot less coordinated than the max rank battlegrounds. Also, Twinking is a good way to get your PvP fix without having to level up this specific character to the max level. Like if you're a healer at max level, you can level up a rogue or a hunter or something like that. I am thinking honestly, hunters and rogues are significantly stronger than anything else in the Twinking lower brackets. You are gonna be a lot slower because you don't have any mobility, specifically unless you're like a level 20 hunter and above, but these classes kind of can dominate. If you can kite someone, you can wreck them, and as a rogue, you can pretty much two-shot someone, or you can just be in a combat sword spec and just run up to people and kill them pretty quickly. If you're super geared, you're gonna be a powerhouse, and if you have your enchants. I honestly leveled up to 29, got the gear, and haven't even enchanted yet, and I'm seeing it be really fun. So I'm probably gonna actually enchant my Twink. The Twink communities are very friendly, and they're actually pretty active. The server Bigglesworth seems to have the most active Twink communities, so if you're gonna level a Twink, it's pretty smart to do it there. People seem to be really helpful too, in helping you get your gear and helping you level up and get enchants and such. So if you've always wanted to make a Twink, this is a perfect time. Number 6 on this list is actually probably one of the smartest ones you can do if you don't want to level up a new character. This is super important. Number 6 is going to be to start prep for later phases. A lot of us, whenever a new phase is announced, realize that we're going to need to start investing in something and the prices just shot up already and we're too late, right? Now is the perfect time to look up what you're going to need in phases 4, 5, and 6 and to start preparing. This ranges from everything like stocking up on consumables or getting as many winter squid as you possibly can because those will go out of season. It also means you're going to want to start getting things like, if you haven't already started getting your Mooncloth for the Bloodvine set. Or if you haven't started leveling up your reputations, the Argent Dawn reputation, if you don't have max level Argent Dawn reputation, it's gonna literally cost you money to get into Nax. So you're gonna end up, no matter what, having to max out your Argent Dawn rep. Things like that. This is the perfect time to start prepping for the later phases. Number 7 is a lot more casual. And number 7 is to help guildies and to make friends. The biggest draw of World of Warcraft is probably this social aspect. So right now is a great time to reinforce, double down on that. Do different things with your friends. Me and my friends have been farming together, and we're gonna actually start farming ZG together on the mages. A couple other friends are leveling new characters, so I've been helping them with that. Even if some alliance are messing with some of your guildies somewhere while they're farming, you can go out and protect them. There's this priest that kept killing a guildie that's a warrior, so I brought my mage out there and just pretty much camped him for an hour. So basically what I'm saying is to have fun with your friends, to make new friends, to make new relationships, and to just go out there and enjoy the game with other people. Number 8 is to try new specs. Right now is the perfect time to experiment doing weird things. So try a deep fire spec, or as a rogue try out Seal of Fate. Go Boomkin. This is the perfect time to have as much fun as possible trying out the weirdest specs, or just the specs you've always wanted to play, but they aren't necessarily viable. Number 9. This is the perfect tip if you are gonna be working from home so that you can keep the game up, but you actually can't really be paying attention. You're still working. So tip number 9 is parking your character somewhere that gains advantage in some way or another while you're doing something else. So pretty much it's like parking your character where a bunch of rich thorium veins spawn, or a black lotus spawn, maybe in between a bunch of herb spawns, something like that usually. So you can just park your character, wait for the spawns, you don't even have to really look, just keep it up on another screen, and then you look over and that's free gold. Alright guys, we are coming to the end of our top 10 tips of things to do while you have this free time. And this last tip, tip number 10, is probably my favorite tip of all. Tip number 10 is to challenge yourself. Make up challenges that are fun for you to do, see if you can do them. Basically, this can range from anything, like how fast can you clear a dungeon, or how fast can you level 1 to 60. Maybe it's something like, can you pull this dungeon in one pull? The Maradon pulls have been perfected, but it could possibly be better. Or other things like random bets with friends. Me and my friends have been farming in Winterfall a lot, and we've been actually placing a bet on if you get the Winterfall trifecta, which is if you get Spirit Beads, a Winterfall Echo, and a Winterfall Firewater all off of one mob. If you get the trifecta, everyone in the group has to give you 50 gold. Little things like this, it's just making up challenges and having fun with the game. Play around all of the things you can possibly do in the game, because there's a lot of things that you need to do and you've already done them. So now it's like exploring all the things that you can do. It's kind of like how in Breath of the Wild, a lot of people have realized how much you can do in the game. So once again, those are my top tips for the best things you can do with your downtime while you're homesick, you're quarantined, you're social distancing, or you're just working from home. I want to thank everybody for watching this. This is definitely an extremely different video than anything I've done before, and I honestly want to invite you guys to tell me what you've come up with, what you're spending your time doing in the game while you have all of this downtime. It is kind of perfect because other games have just come out as well, so you don't have to just focus specifically on World of Warcraft. I've been playing a lot of Call of Duty as well, but there are a lot of people that only play this game. I want to know what you guys think. Hit me up in the comments. Thanks for tuning in. Please subscribe if you like my content. It means a lot to me, honestly. I really appreciate it. And of course, I'll be live on Twitch every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, pending on not getting sick, right? All right, guys, everyone stay safe out there and have some fun.